Coming up on the Talon News,
we further investigated the new policy of drug testing at Argyle.
Argyle's Majestics performed for the first time.
The theater department's new show, Legally Blonde the Musical, is coming up.
We learn more about a special education. Hey Eagles, and welcome to the Talons broadcast. I'm Lauren Landrum.
And I'm Carly Haynes. The new drug testing policies has brought to the attention of many students. Does this attempt to clear illegal substances benefit our school?
Our reporters Carly Haynes and Izzy Adu talked to administration and Argyle's police force to uncover the consequences and reasons behind drug testing.
Many students are curious about Argyle ISD voting and passing the new drug testing policy for those participating in UIL activities and/or parking on campus. Argyle High School has introduced a new policy to students. Through signed consent, those who participate in extracurriculars and/or park on campus are given numbers that could be drawn for drug testing.
Everyone knows that most people who are addicted to those type of things, they start early on, right? And if you're going to start getting into drugs, you're probably going to start in middle school or high school, right?
Argyle ISD partnered with Forward Edge, a third-party drug testing company that specializes in school drug tests, in order to keep drug use under control.
The importance of drug testing all of our students is that we as a school, as a district, are really doing everything that we can to dissuade students from using drugs, from using narcotics.
Mr. Hill will pull the kids out of class and the company will collect a urine sample. Within 24 hours, the test results will be sent back and the problem will be addressed.
Are there drugs in the school? Of course there are. You know, we'd be stupid to think that there weren't. We're not going to wait until it becomes a huge problem before we address it. We want to take care of it now.
For a first offense, students and their parents will be called into a meeting with Mr. Hill, their counselor, and a coach of any activity to discuss the required drug counseling and retest 30 days later.
Second offense, there's loss of UIL privileges for 14 days and parking privileges for 14 days. And then on top of that, they're going to have to go to more counseling, and then they'll have to give a third drug test, right? Happens a third time, then they lose privileges for a full year.
Mr. Hill clarifies that this was not a way to catch or punish kids, but to prevent them from using all illegal substances.
You know, up until now, there really wasn't a reason to say no. So we're giving them a reason to say no, basically, is what it is.
When selected, students will complete a form listing any medications they are currently taking.
We're going to do what we can do to help dissuade them from using illegal narcotics and drugs and such.
Administration hopes this will benefit and lead the student body into a cleaner lifestyle. This has been Izzy Adu and Carly Haynes reporting for the Talon News.
Moving forward, administration wants students to know that the drug testing is not a punishment, but a gateway to saying no to all illegal substances.
Drug testing isn't the only new change here at AHS. At the end of the 2016-17 year, girls auditioned to be a part of the new drill team, the Majestics. They have already started their path to new royalty.
Here is Campbell Wilmot and Hannah Wood introducing the Argyle Majestics.
This year, there's a new addition to Argyle's athletic department. The Eagles' brand new drill team, the Majestics, performed in their first appearance at the Tom Landry Classic. The Majestics have worked hard to prepare for the 2017 season, making sure each appearance is as good as the last.
Sophomore Isabella Dew shares why commitment is so important to the drill team.
Being on the drill team is a lot of hard work and dedication. We have to be here every morning, Monday through Friday at 6:30 a.m. in the school by 7, warming up as a team. And then on Fridays, we have 7:45 band practice, where we practice our routine with the band and our walkout for Friday nights.
Due to the hard work and dedication of the team, Miss Martinez, the coach, says the crowd's reaction to their first performance was spectacular.
At the first performance, I feel like the crowd really blew me away. I was not expecting the impact that it had on them. I think throughout the pep rally, I was more nervous than the girls were, just because I did not have any idea how they were going to react to it.
Because drill is new to the school, the team strives to live up to the Argyle standard.
Being a first-year team is really, really tough because everyone expects you, by Argyle standards, to be a team that's been around for like 300 years almost.
At their summer competition, the team impressed many of the judges because of their motivation to be the best they could be.
A lot of the other directors pulled me aside and said, that they saw that they had been working really hard that whole weekend and that they had prepared and really tried to be their best. And I think if you compared them to other teams, yes, some teams were better, some teams weren't. And I think that's a good place to start.
This has been Campbell Wilmot and Hannah Wood reporting for the Talon News.
The Majestics are excited for what this year has to offer.
The drill team aren't the only performers coming this year. The Argyle Theater Department's fall musical, Legally Blonde, makes its upcoming debut.
Gigi Robertson got the inside scoop on the show.
With the new school year means new theater productions, and this year's production is Legally Blonde. Let's take an inside look on how this year's production is turning out.
As opening night approaches, I'm actually really ecstatic to, take on this new character. This is something I've never done before. It's kind of a challenge for me, so I'm excited to, be a part of this with the whole cast.
Opening night for Legally Blonde is October 5th.
I usually, look over my lines. I'll practice with some of the people that I'll be doing duets with. Pluck out some notes on the piano, see if it's all right, and then usually I'll stretch and make sure that I'm, ready to start the show.
A typical rehearsal runs from 5:30 to 8 o'clock at night, consisting of several run-throughs of the show.
Some of the traditions that I do before a show is that we typically like to play some games and do some yoga or relax just to get some of the nerves out, because especially opening night can be really stressful.
Cake for stuff I buy. Yes. Make me cake and pie. Yes.
My role in Legally Blonde is part of the ensemble, so that means I'm in a mix of the dances and I'm singing, and it doesn't have a specific name, I'm not a specific character. We learned all the songs at the beginning of the summer, and now I'm just in a few different parts of the play.
With nerves running high as opening night approaches, the theater department continues to find ways to calm the actors' nerves to continue working on the show.
Before the play or the production starts on opening night, I'm not a super nervous person in general, but I think I kind of tap my feet a lot before the play actually goes on, and I might do that during the actual performance because I get kind of nervous on opening night, and that would definitely be something that I do.
Legally Blonde is continuing 2 weekends after its opening night of October 5th. This has been Gigi Robertson and Cole Berard reporting for the Talon News.
Make sure to mark your calendars for the show. Opening night is October 5th and runs through until the 15th.
Not only are our students working hard to perfect their craft, so is our faculty.
Here's Jake Poole, Claire Burkett, Sadie Runyon, and Jacqueline Harris with the inside story on what Miss Hunt does to benefit our school.
The special education program is a highly unfamiliar aspect to life for some students. The SPED program here at the high school is led by Dana Hunt. We took a look into her daily life to get a better understanding of her role in this community.
Miss Hunt's passion for teaching began at a young age when she began volunteering to help the disabled around her high school.
I knew probably from 6th or 7th grade that I wanted to be a teacher. I'd always known it, and when I was in high school, I got the opportunity to volunteer in what was called a cross-category room, which is similar to our life skills or STEP classroom.
Ms. Hunt has been teaching here at Argyle for 3 years. She contributes to both special education and student council. She dedicates much of her time to these programs.
Every day at Argyle High School is really busy for me. My days are jam-packed from the second I get in. I'm working with our special needs students. I'm also working with our student council students.
Ms. Hunt also pays special attention to enriching the lives of her students, often taking them on field trips and outings around the town.
During the day, the STEP students that I work with travel, and we travel a lot. They go out to different work sites, they go out into the community.
Along with enriching the lives of those with special needs, the special ed programs, while often overlooked, provide opportunities which otherwise may not have been present to students with special needs.
I love watching all kids grow, and I think that through special ed, sometimes those kids are underestimated by most folks, and I love pushing them and seeing how much they can accomplish.
Although they are not often in the public eye, Ms. Hunt and her students are an essential part of the high school and an asset to the community.
I think we're the underdog. I think people forget about special ed, and it's really, in my opinion, it's the best subject to kind of teach and work in. It's way more fun than a core class. It gives you more opportunities, and you get to do things that you would never imagine.
This has been Claire Burkett, Jacqueline Harris, Sadie Runyon, and Jake Poole reporting for the Talon News.
And that's a wrap for the Talon's broadcast.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us at The Talon News on Instagram and Twitter. And for more stories following your life, go to www.thetalonnews.com.
Make sure to tune in next time as we discover Argyle one story at a time.